Hello everybody, Nerd in Texoma here. This will be, I guess you'd call it a bonus video for the holiday season. This is not connected to the 12 Days of Trekmas, so please don't feel like you missed out on anything if you haven't seen those in their entirety. This is just a complete bonus Christmassy thing because this is a specific to Christmas item that I found online that I thought was neat as heck and unique enough, cheap enough for me to get it and add it to my collection. Uh, I'm not meaning to offend anybody if you don't celebrate Christmas. I mean, that's completely cool. If you do, great. I mean, either way, this is just a neat little item, I thought, and like I say, it was cheap enough. It actually came out in 2018 from what I've seen, and I believe it came out and it was about $30, which, oof, sometimes I can justify spending that much for something of this size, sometimes I can't. I didn't even know about it until just a couple months ago. So I most likely would have passed on it at that $30 price point myself. Since then, since it's a couple years old, a couple of distributors have gotten them for a little cheaper. Sorry, my hair's a little itchy today. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's been popping up for a little bit cheaper. I got it for $15 shipped. It was $9.99 plus the shipping, so that's more in my wheelhouse, more in my price range for what this item is. Without further ado, it comes in just a very plain box. See, it's made by Toy World. It is the character, they call it Waste Gas. And you'll see there in the script, the translation is Christmas. And it's just a plain brown box. There's Toy World and their QR code and their website and all that kind of fun stuff if you need to check it out or want to check it out. Now, Toy World is what they call a third-party company. And what that is they make unofficial Transformers. It is based on characters that Hasbro and Takara do own. They have either never made a character, made a figure of that character, or it is something that would be problematic for Hasbro or Takara to make currently, or just a different take on a character that Hasbro or Takara has made a figure of. It's kind of confusing in all the Transformer realm of things. But, like I say, it comes in this plain box. But inside that box, you get a nicely padded shipper for the figure. Pop this little foam cover off, and inside you see the figure, and he's got two little weapons that he comes with. Now, I'm not going to take those out of the foam because they are tiny and easy to get lost. But why I got this figure is because, and I'm going to put some pictures up that I've taken of this figure. If you can see right there, it says 1225 as the number for the race car. Now, it's kind of difficult to see because, again, my phone doesn't like zooming in on things, but like as any normal race car, you'd have all the sponsors all over it. But this one is covered in Christmas sponsors. Little gift packages, and it says Merry Christmas. I don't know if you can see that on the spoiler there. The Lancia, because this is a Lancia Stratos race car. Now, this particular figure, or the character actually, was released originally in Japan. It is a recolor and remold of Wheeljack. In Japan, this character was called Exhaust because he is the evil version. He is the Decepticon version, whereas Wheeljack is the Autobot, the good guy. So they just repainted. Whoops. They repainted the figure and made a totally new one and called him Exhaust. Now, this was a leftover from the Diaclone line that came out before Transformers, so it's very historical. I'm not going to get into all the history on the character or all that right now. I'm just sharing a cool, unique figure. But one reason that this particular figure is kind of rare these days is, I don't know if you can see it right there. You can see the paint job. These were based on real, legit race cars. And as you can tell with the paint job, the sponsor for this car that really existed was Marlboro. Yes, the cigarette company. You can see a little Marlboro logo down there. Back in the late 70s, when the original Diaclone figure came out, it wasn't a taboo thing as it is now to have what we would call questionable sponsors on race cars and then have those race cars recreated into kids' toys. The original figure that Exhaust is very rare, very expensive, just because of that. Now, this is a third party, so they don't necessarily have to play with the same rules that an official toy manufacturer does. So they recreated the Marlboro branding, Lancia and all that, and just turned this figure into a Christmas race car. I'm not sure why they thought that it should be a Christmas car, but they did. I had a laugh at it when I first saw it, and I thought it was unique and cool. And hey, for $15 for a legend size figure, or core class now, when that's about the price that they go for in retail stores for the official ones, you know, official core class figures of Transformers these days are about $10 at Walmart. This one's just a little bit more. It's a weirdo. It's a unique. I jumped on it. Now, all of the Christmas logos and everything like that you see all over the figure, that came already pre-painted, pre-tampographed, whatever you call it, on the figure. It did not come with that Decepticon logo. And I chose to give him a Generation 2 Decepticon logo. This is one of those things I don't understand, is that this is made by a third-party company, which means they are not officially licensed by Hasbro, by anything. This is just somebody who comes up with this and says, hey, this would be a great idea for a figure, let's do it, bam, and they produce it. They have no problem making the Lancia logo. They have no problem making the Marlboro logo. They have no problem recreating the original paint job of the actual race car. I mean, you'll see, you can't really read it on the spoiler there, but it says Lancia. It's got it right there above the wheel well. You know, it's all over this car. They have no problem recreating that, stealing those copyrights or trademarks or whatever they're called, I'm not sure. But they're afraid to make a Autobot or Decepticon logo on the vehicle for fear of being sued by Hasbro. I would think you should be fearful of being sued by Lancia and Marlboro too, but I guess they just don't pursue things as much as Hasbro does. Now, this is a Transformer, so I would be lacking if I didn't show y'all his robot mode. Give me a moment to transform him. I'm going to pause the video, transform him, and showcase off the robot mode. Be right back, guys. Alright, and here we are back again with now the robot mode of exhaust, or waste gas as they called him. Again, I'm not sure exactly why these third-party companies choose to break some branding and choose getting possibly sued over it, and some of them they don't. I don't understand it. You know. But here he is in his Decepticon Christmas robot mode. You can see some of the Christmas decoration is still visible on his robot mode. He's got the little presents and stuff down by his ankles, the little Merry Christmas at the top of his foot, little presents stamped on his toes, the 12 and the 25 there by his knees. It's really, really difficult to see, but in yellow lettering on his tires there, it even says Merry Christmas. All around, for a little Legends or core class size figure, this has amazing articulation. Blah. I'll get that word out eventually. His head, you can turn his head so he can look all over the place. Now, the one complaint that I do have with this particular figure, you can look up, is I'm not sure if it's just my copy or if it's all of them. Since the head is on that little ball joint back there, it does tend to pop off a little bit easily. It just pops right back on, but being so small, that could be a problem if you play with it too much, because that head is so small it could easily get lost as easily as it pops off. But you can move his arms up. He's got his elbow bend there, so you can do that. Turn his arm inward. You can flex him out like that. He can do a high kick, try and be like a Rocket or something. Don't they usually wear red? He can do the high kick like that. He can bend his knee. He can wiggle his foot up and down, and it's one of those things that a lot of modern Transformers have that is kind of frowned upon if they don't. He actually has an ankle tilt. So, you know, if you're into posing your figure in all these heroic action poses and stuff, you can do it with this figure. And for coming out in 2018 at this small of a figure, that's amazing, because it's only just recently that Hasbro themselves, the official Transformer company, has started incorporating a lot of this into their own figures. You know, he's can kick his leg out all that much. I mean, like I say, for the detail in this figure, with all the tiny print, with all the tiny images all over it, with all the flexibility it has, I mean, this is just amazing, amazing engineering. Now, one kind of, I guess, complaint that, aside from the head, that I have read and I do tend to agree with, is this is supposed to be a Christmas-themed character. I understand they were going for the accuracy, I guess, of the original Exhaust figure, where he has the blue wings on the back and the blue windshield and cockpit there, and even the blue at the intakes on his feet there. My opinion, and I do have to agree with this, is to keep the Christmas theme going on this figure. What I would have liked to see them do is, instead of blue, just recoloring those in metallic green. Minor little nitpick, not that big a deal. Like I say, just something that I thought was a cool little Transformer oddity, even though it's not an officially licensed figure, but a cool little oddity, and a cool little possible Christmas gift if any of y'all have a Transformer fan in their life and y'all want to get them something strange and weird for next year. I know it's late to do it for this year, but you know, you can order it now and get it for next year. I will try to leave a link to the AliExpress store where I bought that figure from. I'll try and find the link and leave it down in the comments below if you're interested in picking it up. But yeah, like I said, I hope y'all enjoyed this little bonus. I'm going to post this on Christmas Day. You don't have to watch it on Christmas Day. Please, please spend time with your friends, your family, whoever's special in your life. Spend time with them. Don't watch my video on Christmas unless you just really, really want to. Focus on your friends. Focus on your family. This video is going to be on YouTube. You can watch it anytime. Okay? Focus on those who are important to you today. Alright. Y'all have a good holiday. Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Whatever you celebrate. Celebrate with friends, with family. Remember those who are important to you. Watch this video later. See y'all on the flip side. Bye.